Hello, everyone, and welcome to another day of All Creator Live. And I am back playing more No Man's Sky. Are you surprised? Well, you shouldn't be. Because if you've been watching my archives, you know that for the past couple of days... Hold on, let me adjust my microphone here. Lock the screen. There we go. For the past couple of days, for the last 2 weeks, we've been having a shorter expedition than usual, so I had to kind of speed up the process of which I usually do my expeditions for this live stream. And so because of that, I streamed twice in one day, which is unusual for this channel. And during the second stream, I told you all I was still going to be doing a stream on Thursday. And here we are. It's Thursday night. I have everything all set up. The stream's looking good. Yeah, everything's looking fine. I had to do a double check. Link is kind of standing in the same spot for a little while there. Hope he's gonna move. There he goes. Okay. But, yeah, for a second I was like, oh no, do I have to restart Streamlabs? But yeah, the expedition was set to end in 3 weeks, but then they lowered it to 2 weeks, and I mean, as a lot of people pointed out, that 3-week timeline that they first initially gave us was only there for 1 day. So it was a possibility that it only said 3 weeks because that was the very beginning. And they tacked on a day to the 2 weeks that the expedition actually ran on. And because they tacked on a day, instead of it showcasing 2 weeks, it showed 3 instead, because it was still technically the end of the first week. Maybe that's the way their time, the way that the expedition time clock functions. And then they realized, oh, that's wrong, and then fixed it, and it, started showing the proper time, which was less than 2 weeks. But yeah, as far as why the expedition isn't still running today, and I thought it was going to be running until today last week, I realized, I think sometime in the middle of the second stream I mentioned it offhandedly, and I didn't pick up on that. I didn't say anything else about it, but I meant to, is because Hello Games is stationed somewhere in Europe. I think it's like a London branch, but it's definitely a huge time difference, and that was made evident to me because I popped into No Man's Sky early this morning, and it ended 9 o'clock this morning, precisely, which I guess over there is basically the end of Wednesday, but for me it was the beginning of, well, the end of Thursday, but for me it was the beginning of Thursday, so there's like a huge time difference. World-wise, they're on the other side of the Atlantic, so obviously there is a huge difference in time. But even so, it would have ended like... I think I did the math, and it would have ended like 30 minutes ago before I usually start the stream. And even if I started the stream an hour earlier, I would have been like, I only have an hour to get this expedition done. It would have been a very strict timeline. But no, I popped on early this morning at around 4 o'clock a.m. before I started working, and I saw that it only had 4 hours left, and I was like, yeah, okay. I was right then. It is a difference in time zones. So, yeah, it was a situation where their countdown clock for the expedition was weird, as well as it being a time zone difference for me. So that's why all the scheduling kind of went out the window for the expedition. And why today, instead of doing the expedition, what is this? What? This morning it said 4 hours. Why is it saying 2 weeks? What is going on? It said 4 hours this morning. What are they doing? Oh, no, that's the beachhead. That's right. The reason why the expedition was so short is the same reason that it was last year. Because as soon as they finished the breached expedition, then they immediately started doing the catch-up. Every year, at the end of the year, they always like to run every expedition again in the last 2 months of the year. So if you have not done any of the expeditions this year, this is your chance to get them done. You'll have 2 weeks per each expedition, and I know that's a lot shorter time to do each of the expeditions, well, except for the last one. That one was 2 weeks as well. But yes, now is your time to get them all done. I think it's the beachhead one. I can't remember which one that was. But I've gotten all of them done, and I don't have to worry about them. I've live streamed them, so if you wanted to watch me go through them, you're free to do so. But yeah, now is the beginning of the brand new expedition catch-up. I forget what it's called. I think they're rerunning all of the expeditions from this year, and I can't really remember exactly what it is they call it when they do it, but yeah, it's something they do every year. So now's your chance. From now until the end of the year, I think even sometimes because of how many expeditions they have within a year, it will extend into January sometimes because they tend to release a lot of expeditions during the year. But this year, it was kind of a bit silent. We had a long lull in between. I think it was the second period of this year. We had absolutely no expeditions. So, it might not be as many that you'll have to catch up on as you did last year. Last year, we were jam-packed with expeditions all the way into January, so... Alright, so I do want to demonstrate something. Yes, as you can see, I changed the name of my expedition save data to Exo's expedition. The little Gek dude that we have going on all the expeditions, I have named him Exo. He's a fun little guy. But I do want to demonstrate something that I didn't demonstrate at the end of the expedition last week. And I'm a little sad that I didn't get to show you guys. It's no big deal. Don't get me wrong. It's not like the most epic thing ever. But it is something important to note. Alright, so the last time I played, you guys remember, Exo doesn't have his Corvette yet. But lo and behold, I have a Corvette. And doesn't it look familiar? That's right. It's the Mistress of the Sun. She's back. So I don't know when they did this. It was probably this update. I don't remember it being a thing during the last update. But if you go back to the Space Anomalies Expedition computer, you can claim your Corvette, the one that you used during the expedition. You have to pay a unit fee, nanite fee, because when you finish up the expedition, if you decide to, if one of the things that it calculates is the fact that you're leaving behind your Corvette, so it gives you a bunch of nanites for that. So if you want the Corvette back, you're gonna have to pay the nanite fee that they gave you in exchange. So there is a downside to it. If you would like to keep the nanites, you can, but if you want the Corvette that you went through the expedition with, you will have to pay the nanites back. Now, I do have to warn you, there is a glitch involved with this. If you did not receive your very first Corvette and you decide to do this, it will be invisible. It will not be there. It will register as a Corvette. It will register as something that's supposed to be there, and no matter where you go, it won't be there. I wanted to demonstrate that on the stream, but I felt like it was a little bit too harsh because, you know, you can fix the problem. In order to fix the problem to where you could see the Corvette again, is you go back to the space station, you make a brand new Corvette. You're gonna need an empty slot, obviously. And once you make your very first Corvette, then come back to the expedition computer, reclaim the Corvette again. I had to pay an additional fee, obviously, because I don't know exactly how it works, but you can claim the Corvette several times, apparently. And that's what I did. I got rid of the first one that I did, and I re-downloaded the second one. But make sure you get your very first Corvette before doing this, because if you don't, then it'll glitch out and there won't be any Corvette that shows up. You won't be able to fly it. You won't be able to get into like an invisible Corvette or anything like that. It just won't be there. It'll act like there's something there, but it won't be there. So yeah, obviously this is the Redux. That's the word they use for every one of the expeditions up until the very end of the year. All of the expeditions that have been going on, you get to go through them again. Well, it looks like they've actually included some. Well, I guess that makes sense because there weren't that many expeditions this year. This is the Beachhead expedition. This is what you do to get the Normandy. So if you want the Normandy frigate, you can go through the Beachhead expedition and get it. I've already done it myself, along with the Normandy frigate, which is pretty cool on its own. You also get the first spawn helmet, which is a really cool accessory. It's a golden Gek helmet that's only available for that expedition. I think that's why they're rerunning it again, because this is the second time the Normandy expedition has been rerun. But I do gotta admit that the golden Gek helmet is pretty cool. It is one of the things that everybody is it with the Geks or is it in The Traveler race. I think it's a part of the Traveler's race. Yeah, I'm not gonna save this. Oh yeah, I got a couple of these. Nope, not quite. Alright, so it's not Traveler. And maybe it's Anomaly. Oh yeah, there are way more options. What's this one again? Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot I had this. This is a pretty cool one. Ooh, excuse me. Usually I like to warn everybody before I sneeze because I sneeze very loudly. Oh, I forgot I had this one too. This was from the, I forget. It's like a pirate. There it is. Golden First Spawn Battle Mask. That's it. So yeah, if you want this, helmet, go through the Beachhead Expedition. It's one of the rewards. It's not the final reward, but it is one of the better rewards that you get during that expedition. It is the whole reason why I completed that expedition, because while I'm not a Mass Effect fan, I was like, I could really use that helmet. And I guess getting the Normandy is pretty cool. To anyone wondering what the Normandy looks like, that's what it looks like. So if you think that frigate's pretty cool, go ahead, go through it. Get it done. You got 2 weeks. Each of the expeditions that they're going to be run through this Redux will last 2 weeks. And while that is a shorter time, it is, however, enough time to get things done, as I demonstrated for the last expedition. But yes, we got the Mistress of the Sun back. I was pretty happy. It's not the best, not the best Corvette in the world, but it's got sentimental value. And speaking of which, look what else I've got. Wrong thing. Damn it, I can't believe I equipped that. I also found out that you can keep your multi-tool as well if you're willing to exchange units. The nanites, I mean, if you're willing to exchange nanites, like you do with the Corvette that you go through the expedition with, you can get the gun too, with all of the power-ups that you got during the expedition. So if you go through an expedition where you get a really powerful gun, then you can bring it back with you. And all of that is really cool. So yeah, just wanted to show that off as one of the things that I show off today. But now we're going to go back to my main save, and I have some other things to show off to you guys, because while you all were watching me play the expedition and having fun and doing stuff with EXO, on the weekends, instead of going to sleep like I usually do, I was staying awake after getting home and burning off some excess energy by playing some No Man's Sky and doing the weekend expeditions. And along with those weekend expeditions, I also did a lot of customizing on my base, on my Corvette, and I even made a brand new Corvette this past weekend. And I'm pretty excited. Well, not this past weekend. Yesterday, after I got done the expedition. Or after I got done playing Fantasy Life. Because we got done playing pretty early yesterday. So I was like, I kind of want to play some more No Man's Sky. Not only because I wanted to check out how much time I actually had left, but because, I had a couple hours, so I was like, I'm not really that sleepy. I can get in some No Man's Sky. So I decided to use the new Corvette pieces and make a brand new Corvette on my main save. But wait till you guys see it. It looks really awesome. But yeah, very early this morning, as you can see. Very early. Oops. I went to the wrong save data. I went up to Exos. Forgot to. I totally botched that. Whoops. But yeah, very early this morning. I popped on for a little bit to see exactly how much time I had left. And then I popped on again to see if it was going to change over. And it did. I was like, yep, that's confirmed. Then I just stopped. I was like, okay. I just had to figure out why the time was acting the way it was, you know? My brain was like, I don't get why that whole thing happened with the expedition time, but I started putting two and two together, and then I realized the thing with the clock might have been on their end, and then I realized the whole thing with this upcoming Thursday might have happened because of time zones. And I was like, oh, because there's always another reason something happens. You know, it's not always, it always feels like the world is out to get you. Like things are not going your way. But there's always an explanation behind everything. And trying to figure that out is probably the best way we have in our arsenal as human beings to deal with it. Alright, so first thing you'll notice is the very front of my building. I upgraded it a little bit, made it look more like a museum entrance. And over here, at our teleport, or at our portal station, gave that a bit of a outside museum feel as well, because typically on the outside of museums, they like to have little displays and stuff like that, as well as some kind of recreational type areas. And I figured because this is teleport region, like an entrance way, there could be like some computer systems that have to calculate everything in terms of what happens when you go through the portal. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the entrance. Didn't work too much on that, just a little bit. And I replaced the base computer over to there. It was like right here, over here on the ground, but I realized I could pick it up. I was like, whoa, I can move it? When did they start doing that? Because it used to be a permanent thing. You couldn't move it before, but yeah, you can. I put a little bit of an aquarium here too. I realized this is a museum. I have to go out one day, scavenge a bunch of bones to put into these displays for the museum. But yeah, we're gonna have some more fossil displays up here where my room is. I got this little area over here with this little guy. I decorated this little sitting area a bit more with some fun little decorations. my room. I put a bit more thought into it. You know, had this little area over here that's supposed to kind of be reminiscent of my area that I work in. Recolored everything to a more grayscale, which is what I like a bit more. I also realized that you can store multi-tools in these. So this is a decoration that has multiple functions. So you can store, I think it's like 9 multi-tools into this storage rack, and that is fucking awesome. Because I was running out of space to keep multi-tools. But now we have 9 extra spaces. So if you're a fan of certain multi-tools, like how I am with each one of the staves, you can just store them on the rack. It doesn't display them, obviously. The things that it does display are the weapons that you do have in your arsenal. And that frees you up to carry more weapons. So I was pretty happy to find that out. I was like, oh, finally. I don't know how long that's been a thing, but yeah, now we can have more weapons. That's great. I hope they do something like that in the future with starships, because I am out of space in terms of starship stuff. And I got rid of one of my old starships. I kind of scrapped it. It was one that I got from a Twitch drop, so it wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't one that I got from an expedition or anything. Because I think on each save data, you can only claim the expedition starships once, and then I think you have to pay a certain amount of money to get it again. But yeah, I didn't really do anything over here. I added a rug, but that's about it. Yeah. Same, nothing really going on over here neither. However, up here, I did a bunch. I know you guys have already seen this platform. Damn it, I wish it was daytime. It'd be better to see all this stuff. But because of how much I had to excavate this area in order to fit my Corvettes when they land, I decided to make this like a bit of an excavation area. Use all of the pieces that I got from doing the abandoned freighters several times like I did last year. So I used all those pieces to make this dig site, excavation site. A couple of other pieces that I have had lying around from the autophage update. All the decorations related to autophages I also put in here. This cave system. Put these down here, these little kind of like areas to make it look more like a dig site. Don't want to venture too far into here because there are poisonous mushrooms that spawn in this area. And this bit of an autophage decorative room. Big old computer system, as well as this like, I want to call it a respawn area. This has actually been shrunk down a little so that I can match the size of the little robot in here, because I looked at it and I was like, it kind of looks like my robot it kind of resembles me a little bit without, you know, all of the pieces or whatever, you know. So I was like, this could be like a respawn point for my character. Whenever I die, I can just come back here. Kind of like a Rick and Morty situation, the Project Phoenix thing. With a bunch of junk scrap laying around here, I guess to use for my character when he comes back. A little seating area up here. I didn't want to create a roof because I kind of thought that the cave structure system flowed better inside here. You know, and then it just goes straight up into this natural opening. I might want to add more autophage stuff, not just to the cave system, but up here in general. We've got like this roof part here that I've added a few things to. Obviously the solar panel system works for the stuff down there to light up the area. But yeah, if I do want to design this area up here a bit, I'm going to make it like a bit of a autophage system if I want to. It's that guy singing again. You remember last time I streamed, I mentioned this guy, this commercial on Spotify is a guy singing Jingle Bells, but it's about lasagna, and it's so half-assedly made. It's like they just wrote down the words that they thought would. It's like they had the advertisement script written out, and then they were like, we gotta make it Christmas themed. So they jammed all of the words to the advertisement into Jingle Bells as half-assedly as they could, because oh god, it's so bad. I hate hearing it, and it lasts for so long. Is it over? Yes, it is. Good, because I hate that commercial. Fuck. Yeah, it's a commercial for lasagna too. Like, what the fuck? Why would you want to do like? I don't know. I don't even know if it's about lasagna. I just turn it off. I just mute it when the guy starts singing about lasagna, and I'm like, fucking shit, man. And I just mute it. I don't know. I don't even know if it is about lasagna. I just hear lasagna, lasagna, and I'm like, I'm fucking muting this. Fuck this. I'm telling you, it is a bad commercial. And there we go. Yeah, we got the breach decal. I'm so happy I was able to get it done. And if anything, I'm happy I checked, you know? Last time I played. It sucked that I had to stream twice in a row, which I never do. But I'm just happy I was able to get it all done. Alright, so the other two things I wanted to show off are my new Corvette, but let's demonstrate my old one first. I've added a lot to the old one, and that one's got a massive overhaul in appearance. First off, as you can see, it's kind of difficult to get it to land because it's so much more chunky now. There we go. I don't know how. I love how everybody else views the Corvettes as these really cool ships that have so much potential to be the sleekest, coolest looking things. But I don't know. With me, when it comes to Corvettes, I'm always like, these are fucking arsenals. These are huge tank-like object ships that we can pilot. For me, viewing these things as chunky is just how I always see Corvettes. No matter what you do, a Corvette's going to be huge. So, you know, I figure the chunkier the better. Everything else inside is kind of the same. I don't think I really added that much. I did add some new floors. This area over here is new. I added these because parts of the Corvette's outside, the engines, kind of cut through here. But I figured that was a good thing, because then it means that I can like attach stuff to it to make it look like I can work on the engines from inside of the Corvette. And yeah, I thought that was a great idea. But yeah, I put this little thing here just to have like a TV near the food eating area. This area, I'm still working on this Corvette, but I kind of want to make this area up here a recreational area. We got this little area here that overlooks the gun. Kind of like that could be where a gunner sits or something, you know? Alright, now let's take a look at the outside of the Corvette. I think I can get the camera to go out through the entrance. Yeah, okay. But yeah, it's gotten so chunky. But I love it. I loved how I was able to kind of incorporate everything. April watched me for a minute when I was working on this last weekend. She was watching me build stuff with it. I do want a couple more pieces to maybe put at the top here, like a few ventilation systems. But while I was playing the past 2 weekends, a lot of times I would just stop and hunt for some Corvette pieces for a while. I also gave myself the food processing unit, and I figured out how that worked. And the food processing unit really helps out when you're on an extreme planet, and I'll demonstrate that one of these days. Maybe not today. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do today, but I'll find something. First off, I just want to demonstrate everything I've been working on. A lot of these engines on the back here aren't even necessary. I just have them just have them on there because they're like cool as hell. And that's a good enough reason to do anything, in my opinion. This one isn't really designed to be cool as much as it is designed to kind of intimidate. I want this to be my flying fortress. You know? Something for defense. I also changed the name of it. Because it used to be not Habitat Protector. It used to be Upbeat Protector, I think. I can't remember, but it was something that was close to the word habitat. I just had to change 2 letters. But yeah, I think that suits it as a name. Habitat Protector. This is definitely going to protect some habitats, but it has literally all the guns that you could ever want. And I can add more if I want. There is space underneath here that I can put. Like, I kind of want to get the torpedo and put it under there. I got one, but I've added it to my other Corvette that I'm about to show you in a minute. Okay, I kind of don't know how I'm going to do this. I haven't really done this before, but I don't know how you go from one Corvette to another. I don't know if I can despawn this one and spawn the new one. But I'm pretty sure I gave it aqua jets, so I think I can spawn it onto the water. So let's try that. And I am really proud of this one. With all of the new Atlas-themed ship parts, you can do so many cool things with your Corvette to make it look. They're like the default. If you want to build a cool Corvette, you're gonna need those Atlas pieces. So once the Breach Expedition re-rolls, if you didn't do it the past 2 weeks, get it done. Because those Atlas pieces, when you get them, you might think, oh, you only get one. You only get one at a time. I'd have to do the expedition several times. No, that's not how it works. When you get one of those Atlas pieces in your inventory, you can make as many as you want so long as you have certain amounts of materials. It's like the one gun that they gave you at the end of the one expedition. In order to put it on your Corvette, all you need are the materials to build the piece. It's not a situation where you'll find it as you're digging up scrap metal. It's not like that. You don't find them that way. Like most things involving expeditions, you can only get them through the expedition. So they're going to do a redux, a reroll of that expedition at the end of this year. So do it. Get it done when it becomes available. And I will make sure to remind all of you when it shows up on the expedition computer. Because those are some very good Corvette parts. You can make some really cool Corvette. There it is. I named it Adamantoise. You'll see why. Cannot land here. Oh, there we go. But yeah, doesn't it? It look like a turtle, don't it? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are you mad at me? It's like, hey, you can't park that here. I didn't realize my my sentinels on this planet were so uncool. Maybe something got broke underneath there. But yes, the Adamantoise. Also, during one of my digs, I ended up finding this piece, It's really cool. It doesn't work for a lot of scenarios. I tried attaching it to my other Corvette, and it kind of has a mind of its own. Like, it'll open when you don't want it to open. But on this ship, it doesn't do that at all, so. Alright, so on this side, I should demonstrate the outside first. Moving this camera out this little docking bay. But yeah, look at it. It's so cool. I know that a lot of people use the Atlas Corvette pieces, these Atlas themed Corvette pieces, to build really sleek designs, and you can see how it's easy to make some really cool sleek designs for your Corvette. But I've never really viewed the Corvettes as being sleek and speedy. I always view them as being tough and strong and more tank-like. So when I was first building this, because of the shape of the cockpit, I was thinking about making it a spider. But the more I started working on the top part, the more it made me feel like I was building a giant shell on top of it. And that made me think, you know what, it's like a turtle. And then I was trying to think of some black turtles, and I was like, well, the Adamantoise in the Final Fantasy series tend to be black, so that's why I named it the Adamantoise. So not only is this thing big and tough, but it's pretty sleek, I will admit. And its turtle shell is what I call it, the very top part there, kind of reminds me a lot of a snapping turtle shell. The way it extends in the back and things like that. And with how spiky it is. So it works. Totally works. But yeah, I found that this Corvette in particular is great for just kind of hovering around over top of a planet. So if you want to do things while being kind of close to the planet, this ship is great for that. The gun turrets, they clip through here, but I was like, yeah, I'm going to keep that because this idea just works, you know? Kind of make a gun station on each side to where people can't sit in these chairs, but I thought that this chair was perfect for that. I hate that it's just a chair that spins. Like half of the chairs that you get in No Man's Sky you can't sit in, and that makes me sad. But it just suits this for this intended purpose. So yeah, I have 2 storage areas. This one is going to have all of my food ingredients. Because when I was playing yesterday, I made this Corvette, and the one thing that I was using it for mostly, I noticed, was I've been working on my library of food recipes. Yeah. Cooking recipes. And there are obviously a shit ton of recipes, and I haven't even gotten half of them done. But I made as many things as I could last time I played, and I'm still not even halfway done. And you know me, I've got like almost every kind of thing that there is in this game. But this storage, I want to put a lot of the, the things that I can turn in at space stations. All of these up here you can give to NPCs, and they will reward you with an upgrade to your rank with that race. I gotta put this back in the ingredients. Yeah, I really like the way that the nutrient processor looks in these Titan Habs. They're so ghetto, but they I don't know. They got like a quaint vibe going on that I kind of dig. Whoops. But yeah, as you can see, I also kind of sorted the ingredients inventory. On my Adamantoise, you'll find that I have salvaged glass and, parts from a huge battle that I undertook because I realized when I noticed that the Atlas parts, I think they're called the Aeron parts, when I noticed that they only require materials to make, you don't have to find them, I went out and I had a giant assault against a bunch of Sentinels. And just collected a bunch of salvaged glass because that's one of the main materials that you need to make those Corvette parts. So while you can extract components, you can get prizes from these. Whenever you defeat a Sentinel, hold on to them if you're looking to upgrade your Corvette in the same way that I have, but only once you finish that expedition. So once it re-rolls, do it. I will remind you. It's very essential if you want to make really cool Corvettes, and you don't want to miss out on it. I hate to pressure you like that, but it's just a fact of life. But sometimes fear of missing out is the only way that you're going to get it through your head that you need to get something done and get it in the books. But yeah, you see I put Artemis's little bobblehead on this one. because I do less recreational stuff with this one. But yeah, it's only a C class. I also, my other Corvette, I upgraded to a B class. You can do that if you go to your space station and you go to the starship. Here, I'll show you. I mean, I'm not really doing anything else right now, so I might as well. But yeah, if you go up to the starship upgrade computer and have it take a look at your Corvette, you can upgrade your Corvette's class. Sorry. It's been a long day for me, and I still have a bit of this energy drink. From yesterday. Whoops. There's... oh no. Okay, they got rid of it. They realized the mistake they made. They're like, oops, we made this spawn too close to the space station. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen. I was like, wait a minute. But yeah, let me show this off too. Look at how many parts I have. A bunch of them I did use for the current Corvette. I had a lot more. It was like down to, I think, this row down here. This whole page was almost full. This whole first page was almost full. But yeah, the last 2 weeks I was going all out and trying to find Corvette pieces. And even then I wasn't able to find all of them because there are still a bunch that I'm missing, like those thrusters that I really want, the ones that don't have legs. Not thrusters, landing gear. They're really cool. I know I can probably trade some stuff in to get them, but I don't have too much to trade now. Because I traded for a torpedo that I put underneath the adamantoids. And I think I also traded for... oh yeah, these landing gears. Here. Because I kind of wanted these ones. They looked like legs. And I was like, I want to build a spider looking thing. Then I ended up realizing it looks more like a turtle. So I went with that idea instead. But yeah, if you want to upgrade your Corvette, you have to go all the way back here. There are 3 different computers. There's this one where you can change your appearance. This one where you can fabricate a starship. A regular starship, nothing like a Corvette. And then this one where you can upgrade your starship or Corvette. You can use it to upgrade your starship and Corvette. Keep that in mind. I know it's not explained, but it is possible to upgrade your Corvette here as well. So yeah, then you just go down to upgrade starship. I know it says upgrade starship. It doesn't say upgrade Corvette. But you gotta remember, this game classifies the Corvette like a starship. It calls it a starship. Even though it's a completely different type of starship, it's still a starship. But yeah, you got the usual upgrades here. Apply augmentation. This is if you get a starship inventory upgrade. This is where you use it. Purchase storage. You can also purchase some. You know, if you don't get it for free, you can also, you know, buy it. And then upgrade class. This is where you will upgrade the class, but it is very expensive. Nanites are hard to come by, but if you're willing to part with a good chunk of nanites, you can upgrade your starships. But yeah, that's how I was able to upgrade my first Corvette's class from a C to a B. And keep in mind, whenever you upgrade a starship, it will improve its stats. It will make it more powerful in all regions. So it doesn't matter how you've designed your Corvette. If you upgrade it, it will improve all stats all around. Even in terms of the Corvette, the most sought after stat that you would like to upgrade, which is hyperdrive range. That's why I view these things as being chunky, because you'll be very hard pressed to upgrade your hyperdrive range. That's the one thing on a Corvette that's very difficult to upgrade. And I view that as it being because they're so chunky, they can't travel as far as a regular starship. I know the obvious reason is because A, you're limited on space, and B, there aren't any parts that you can put on your Corvette that specifically increase your hyperdrive range. All of the other parts do, but none of the other parts will upgrade your hyperdrive range. So yeah, that's the real reason why the hyperdrive range will never go up with your Corvette. I mean, it will when you upgrade your class, but you know, it's like always going to be the lowest stat in all areas. But me personally, I see that and I think, oh, it's because I got a chunky boy. I've got myself a chunky starship that I'm flying around in. It just looks so much like a dang turtle. If I didn't choose that cockpit, it would look even more like a turtle, but I went with that cockpit because originally I wanted this to be kind of more of a spider appearance. I wanted it to look more like a spider, but I don't know. I like the idea of it being a turtle a lot more. But yeah, I also built the nutrient processor, and these are so useful. I don't know why I've been ignoring them for so long. They gave them to us last year, and I've just been ignoring the benefits of it. I did take note when I first had one. I did take note that it is a cool idea, where it gives you gradual buffs. I just never gave myself one, so I never ended up using it. But yeah, with the foods that you cook and create, you could take them, you could put them into the nutrient processor, and as you can see, you have a duration depending on how many that you put in. Like, this is only 8. This isn't that many. But you'll get like a 24-minute. This is IRL time. 24-minute buff where it will increase your radiation resistance by 30%. And that's a lot. And these beans are not hard to make. You get them from, I think it's impulse beans or something that you find on a radiation planet. So if you're on an extreme radiation planet and you really need to assist your shields, your radiation shields, your shielding, and help out your radiation resistance, just pick the closest plant near you. I think like every kind of plant will on a radiation planet will allow you that debuff or buff when you put it into your nutrient processor. So yeah, definitely this is one of the things you should make when you're starting out. Yeah, these beans, baby. Steamed vegetables I thought were really great too. You can make them with so many different things. As you can see, there are several different ingredients you can use to make steamed vegetables, and they increase your shield strength in total. So that's great too. If you're about to go into a big fight, just make a whole bunch of vegetables, put them in your nutrient processor, and then just reap the benefits. They will help out your shields. So I figure, just have some of those on hand when you're about to go to a radiation planet, which I tend to do when I'm looking for Corvette pieces. Just have some of them. Same with the shielding. If you eat them like this, the buff that they give you, not that great. Don't just eat them all willy-nilly. I know it's tempting. They look delicious. But make yourself a nutrient ingester. Get way more benefit out of the things that you cook. But yo, Inesba, it's good to see you. Oh, Inesba, check out my new ship that I made. My new Corvette. I call it the Adamantoise. The sun's not really hitting it right. Hold up. Yeah. It's like a giant flying turtle. The Adamantoise. The landing gear isn't down, so you can't see the legs, but when the landing gear adjusts its position, it looks like it has 4 legs. This is my more streamlined Corvette. The other one that I have is literally, I've designed it to look like a tank. Not literally, it looks like a tank. It's just huge like a tank. I keep saying literally when I don't mean it. Everybody does that. But yeah, I really love the design. And I love how the engines fit in there perfectly. It's so cool. When I put them in there, I screamed yes, because it looks so good, the blue engines there. I wish I could make them a different color, but I feel like it still works. Because when they discharge, they have a yellow, they have a blue tint to them. So yeah, this is my favorite Corvette design that I've made so far. The inside's really nothing to write home about right now, because I just made it yesterday, last night after I got done the stream. I got done so early that I had a couple of hours. So I felt like playing some more No Man's Sky.
Space Turtle.
Yeah. Big space turtle. Big spiky space turtle. I was going to name it the Snapping Turtle, but then I was like, you know what? I think Adamantoise would be a cooler name, because in Final Fantasy lore, the Adamantoise is a big black spiky turtle that's supposed to resemble a snapping turtle. So I was like, that's perfect. I'll name it that. Now keep in mind, in the Final Fantasy series, not all of the Adamantoise are black. A couple of them are green. You know, the early designs. But as the games go on, they get more of a blackish, grayish hue to them. Dark gray, black. The ones I remember that stick out in my head the most are the ones from Final Fantasy VIII. that you see in Ultimicia's castle. See if I can land this guy in my Corvette spot. He's big. This might be difficult. Uh-oh. No, I did it. Oh god, just fit it right in that crevice there. Watch, it's going to be partially in the mountain. Oh, nope. Okay, cool. I did it. Yeah, perfect landing. Hooray! Yeah, I know that you're new to my stream, Inesba, so you haven't really seen you can't really tell all the improvements that I've made to my base. But a lot of this stuff that I have over here, in this area that I created specifically for the Corvette landing space, all of this that I've designed is new to the base. I got like dig sites and everything going on over here. I've designed everything on this base except for this over here. A couple years ago, an old friend of mine named 4K, who was another big fan of No Man's Sky, who used to frequent these streams, we were hanging out, and I decided this planet used to be way better looking. It didn't have red oceans, it had blue oceans. It was more of an Earth-like planet, but now the oceans are red, so it's less like Earth. So we decided to make this place our home for the stream. And when I was building the base, they were in my party, and I allowed them to decorate the base as well, because I was like, hey, why not? And they're the one that built this. Granted, it used to have a lot more to it on the inside here. They had a lot more decorations, like they had a bunch of jellyfish and the living frigate design. On the side of the building, they had a bunch of little robots that were supposed to, I guess, look like they were working on the building. Unfortunately, they placed down so many of them, it got to the point where I could no longer build certain things in my base, so I had to get rid of them all. And it's a little sad. But I mostly, when I look at 4K's base, I love the design of the base itself. You know? The interior, the decorations, I feel like they just plopped all of them down to have something inside of the base. But the exterior appearance of the base is very artistic. So that's why I keep it, you know? They don't really come to the stream anymore. But, you know, I like to keep it, A, as a reminder of an old friend that used to stop by. And B, because, you know, it's just a really cool design in general. Alright, well, that does it for my, my demonstration of all of the new things that I've done on my main save. But yeah, Nesba, if you're still there, how are you doing? Oh, what's that say? Oh, it's a turtle. Oh. I see that you put down the emojis for turtles. I was like, what is that? I have the phone so close to my head was... I should stop calling it my phone. It's now used for my chat, so I have the chat so close to my face that I couldn't see those emojis. I looked over and I was like, whoa, blurry. Looking at... going from one screen to another. Alright, let's head on up to the space station. Now, the expedition that's going on right now is the Beachhead expedition. I've already done it, so I don't really have any reason to do it. But if you did want to do it, let me show you the final reward. They're over this way. There they are. The Normandy. Oh, shit. I'm a little too close. It despawned. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna have to... I also got a new frigate, as you can see right there. I can't really show it off. I'm too close, they all despawned. There we go. Oh yeah, there's the Normandy. It's a fine ship. And, I'm pretty sure when you send it out on missions, it brings back, trade merchandise. So if you like that idea, I could show you its stats. But yeah, I think it was last weekend when I was playing No Man's Sky in this system. As I was testing out my Corvette, a dreadnought showed up and started attacking a civilian ship. So I was like, how dare you show up to my system and start causing problems. So I destroyed all of its defenses. And when you do that, the frigates are like, hey, can we join you? You're cool. You defeated our boss. So I was like, okay, yeah, sure, you could join my crew. Oh, hey, Java's awake. Hey, Java. Now keep in mind, all of these didn't start out as an S-class. The Normandy, yeah, it does. It's because it's a rare frigate that you can only get through the Beachhead expedition. It's obviously going to be an S-class, but it's mostly built for combat. But when you send it out, I think it brings back... I think it brings back several rare items that you can turn in for trade. So, if you're interested, it's available now. The Beachhead expedition is also a very easy expedition, in my opinion. It's supposed to be themed around the game Mass Effect. I've never played Mass Effect. I think I have one of the Mass Effects for free from my PlayStation Plus account, but I'm not a really big fan of the series, so I've never played it. But if you are a fan of Mass Effect, then yeah, definitely play it. You'll enjoy the expedition. There's supposed to be references, kind of Easter eggs, to Mass Effect in that expedition. I didn't catch them, obviously, because I'm not a fan. But, also, that expedition gives you the first spawn helmet, the golden Gek helmet. If you want that, yeah, definitely. That was the main reason why I did it. I got it done really fast, because I mostly wanted that helmet. Yeah, this is my freighter. I've kind of designed it a little bit on this side because I was able to unlock walls and windows. And before, all of these used to just be doors, and I wasn't a fan of that design, so because I liked having the greenery and the weapons area separate. But there was that space right there had a door connecting the two, and I was like, I don't like that. So I'm glad I was able to finally close those two areas in. Yeah, not too much else to show you guys, actually. I think the only other thing that I did was work on my, yeah, I worked on my settlements a little bit. I didn't do too much. But there is something I realized that I never really realized before, and it's probably a good idea to note this, so let's head over. To resolution. No, I have like a hamburger sitting on the plate over there that I'm just letting get cold, and I shouldn't. For lunch today, I ordered from Wayback Burger, and they were doing a special where when you buy one, you get one free. So I got myself 2 cheeseburgers, classic cheeseburgers. And their burgers are big, so the one that I ate for lunch was enough to fill me up. But I'm still, you know, just not hungry enough. I may end up eating this second burger before I go to bed. I don't know, that doesn't sound like a good idea, eating something that greasy before bed. But yeah, there isn't really much I have that I can upgrade, you know, without getting the dirt that I need for some of these buildings. But the one building that I upgraded in the center here, this tower, I didn't realize it until I was just kind of chilling in this settlement for a while. I went up here and I was like, oh, this would be a nice place to take a picture. And there's a computer up here. There's a computer up here that allows you to do several things. And it's one of the main reasons why you should get a settlement. And I never realized it. So let me show it off here. This is it, the tower calibration. You can use it to formulate navigation data, for one. This, obviously, keep in mind that this is a Class A. There's even more that this tower can do when I get it to a Class S, but I don't have the ingredients. But for now, you can use it to formulate navigation data, kind of like a save space at any waypoint that you find. You can scan planetary buildings. So you can set it to scan kind of like a signal booster for any nearby or interesting buildings. Scan for space anomaly, S-class. This is, you can only you can only do this once a day. So this is something you can only do when you get to the S-class. But you're able to scan for weird creatures in space, which is something that you don't normally get to do unless you go to the space anomaly, the one that has all the multiplayer aspects to it, not, you know, the space anomalies themselves in space. I'm talking about the construct, the nexus, basically. You go to that space anomaly and you talk to someone on there, and they can look for space anomalies for you, but you're not really guaranteed to get them. You'll basically be getting signals, you know? So if you want to find weird, freaky things in space, this tower is very helpful for that. Scan for distress signal coordinates. This is another useful thing because these distress signals, you can get one for free every day from the space anomaly from Helios. But other than that, you have to find them by doing random things like taking on space pirates or finding wreckage on a planet. And I think even in certain, space anomalies, when you find them, they'll have distress signals that you can find too. So they're not easy to get. So the fact that you could just do this from this tower is awesome. So yeah, several different things that you can't normally do, this tower will allow you to do. So yeah, get a settlement. Work on the settlement for a while, and when this building becomes available, make it. Because it's very beneficial for your exploration and finding things in No Man's Sky. If you want to get everything in the catalog filled out, which I'm pretty sure has to deal with a lot of the achievements that you get and a lot of the trophies that you can get in this game. Yeah, definitely. That tower is very useful. I never realized how useful it was until I just climbed up it one day just for a photo op. But yeah, let's see if I can upgrade something else. Get that started. Oh, I was already upgrading this, apparently. But yeah, now I have the S-Class fishing spot. To any of you who are probably screaming, no, Jason, there's a thing you should... Yeah, I already know. When you first set up this fishing spot and you upgrade it for the first time, and it has like the partition walls around it as it's being constructed, do not open it back up. Instead, pull out your fishing rod, fish in it, because you will get really shitty things. Now I know that does not sound very appealing. You're like, why do you want to fish for trash? But there's a benefit to it. There is a secret appearance in this game. A secret modification that you can get. A secret helmet that you can get by fishing up trash. If you fish, I think it's 10 pieces of trash in a row. Oh no, it's not. It's actually a random. That's why this is important to do at a construction fishing spot, because no matter what you do at a fishing spot that's being constructed, you will always get trash. And this appearance, this helmet that you're looking for, only appears at a very low percentage when you're fishing up trash. So just keep fishing in this spot when it's under construction, and eventually you will get it. It will take a while because it has a very low drop rate. But yeah, this is one of the easier ways to get that appearance. It's an old boot. I wish I could demonstrate what it looks like, but I'm not anywhere near. Let me get something set up and I'll demonstrate the appearance. I'll showcase the appearance. There we go. I might be able to upgrade this too, because I think all the other ones are S. This is the only A. So yeah, navigation data. I could do this. Oh, I don't have my freighter in this system, right? Still love that I can do this from the planet now. I guess I gotta put them in my inventory, because I know I have them. Where are you? Yes, I reorganized all of my inventory. There we go. Alright, let's go back to my freighter now that I have it here. Let's warp up to it. Alright, we got something to do here. Oh no, a dispute. Scout Onchajin has confessed to a crime. Oh. They stole a valuable keepsake and can no longer bear the guilt. The item appears to have been gnawed. gnawed. It. The item appears to have been gnawed. It. That's not proper grammar. Have been gnawed. Though it is difficult to tell what species is responsible. It obviously wasn't him. He doesn't have a mouth. So he stole a valuable keepsake, and I guess as a result it got gnawed on? Or maybe that's just part of it being a keepsake. I think... Let's just issue him a fine. It feels way too strict to banish him for that. And he did come forward, you know? He came forward and he owned up to his mistake. So, yes, he deserves a punishment. But he doesn't deserve to be kicked out. He is upset. He could have just kept it and kept it a secret. I don't think anybody would have found out about it. And the person that lost it probably would have been super upset because they'll never they'll never have it again. But now they at least get to have it again. I don't know if he damaged it. There's no proof that he damaged it. And you know, at least he came forward about it. He owned up to his mistake. And there is a redeeming quality to that. So yeah, I'll just collect a fine. That seems like a good punishment. I know it'll make people a little bit sad, but I mean, it's not like he did anything super severe, like he killed somebody or he's advocating stealing. You know, if anything, this is just him saying to everybody, hey, stealing is wrong. I know what I did is wrong. So yeah, obviously he deserves a punishment. So this is the punishment. I don't know why you made that scene. But yeah, it makes everybody upset. Yeah, I get it. They're upset, but hey, at least he came forward about it. And he actually seemed like he legitimately felt guilt about it, so. Happiness is still up there, pretty high. I'd say it's over 100%, and that's, you know. We could get some flack from the citizens. Hey, if he wasn't being sincere about his feeling guilty, he wouldn't have come forward. He would have just kept it and kept it a secret that he stole it until someone came out of nowhere and was like, "Hey, this guy stole it." Then maybe he would have told the truth, but only once he got caught red-handed. But no. He came forward and he admitted to his wrongdoing on his own terms, his own volition. And he doesn't deserve to be punished severely for that, you know? As long as he was willing to admit to his mistake, I feel like all he should get is, you know, all he should have to do is pay a fine. And that wasn't cheap. That was like in the thousands. That was a severe amount he had to pay. But yeah, I get why people would be upset. They're like, now we gotta live with a guy that we know is a thief. That's the other kind of, that's, you know, if you think about it, that's the other type of punishment he's receiving here. He had to he came out and told everyone that he's a thief. So now everybody isn't going to trust him, you know? There's that certain stigmatism that he has to deal with now. So there was no benefit on his end to coming forward and being like, hey, I stole this. But he did it anyway. And that's admirable. Alright, let's head on up to my freighter. I think I have an appearance modifier at the bar. Oh, I also get to demonstrate the bar. I know I worked on it a while ago. I think like a couple months ago while I was on vacation. I worked on my freighter a little bit. And I designed the bar up a little bit. So yeah, we have the bar itself. I haven't added any tables or anything. I want to add some tables and a jukebox and stuff. But yeah, I have these 2 appearance modifiers on the sides here. But yeah, let me show you guys what that helmet looks like. You're gonna get a kick out of this. This is the jellyfish tank. The jellyfish tank you obtain by fighting the Deep Sea Guardian, which I've already demonstrated. And if you want to see a video on that, I have an exclusive short available of me fighting the Jellyfish Guardian. But yeah, you have to find a certain type of fish while fishing and then release it back into the ocean, and then the Deep Sea Guardian will show up. And why is it? It's kind of fuzzy. It's not showing it very well. You can see it at certain angles, but you can't see the jellyfish on the inside all that well. But yeah, that's what you do in order to get the jellyfish tank appearance. Floating boot helmet. This is the one that you get for fishing up trash. The only way to get this is to fish up a whole bunch of trash, and at some point you will get this. But it takes a very long time. I collected a lot of trash. So if you want to get this appearance, the easiest way to do it is to start a settlement. When they ask you to build a fishing spot, say yes, you want a fishing spot at your settlement. And once you give it its first upgrade, don't open it back up. Just go into it and immediately start fishing. Because you could do that. You could just fly over the partitions, walk past the partitions, and just fish from it. All you'll ever get is trash. And that just increases the likeliness that you will get this appearance. So yeah, it's not the coolest appearance, but if you want every single appearance in the game, that's my recommendation on getting that appearance. But yeah, I did a lot these past 2 weekends. I was just relaxing as soon as I got home and trying to unwind from the day, because these past 2 weeks have been a bit more stressful with inventory and everything these past 2 weekends, I mean. So I kind of needed something to do to unwind, you know? Alright, so God, that's still really loud. I'm pretty sure this is... Oh, yeah, this is Let It Begin again. This isn't Yacht Club. I gotta go to Yacht Club. Wait a minute, where's the settlement? Yeah, I could just warp from there. I'm not going back into... I don't like landing in my freighter anymore. Now that it makes that super annoying noise anytime you land. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to land on my freighter anymore if it's going to make that noise. The landing noise. There's nothing wrong with the landing noise itself. It's just it's still so loud. They haven't fixed it. It used to be perfect. I don't know why they changed it. Maybe I should also check out the other... settlement. Heart. Ugh. I kind of also want to go to the bathroom. Oh, and don't worry, that burger that I told you guys about, it's still in the wrapping, so it's still plenty juicy. And I warmed it up before the stream. It's just I'm still full. I don't know, I think my stomach shrunk quite a bit this past year. For obvious reasons. Food prices have been going up like crazy. It's really hard to afford much of anything. I'm just lucky I've been getting so many hours these past 2 weeks. That's why I was able to afford this as a bit of a luxury, you know? Kind of a reward. Oh, shit! You get away from here! Oh. There we go. I didn't realize the Vile Brood attacked settlements now. There. How dare you? Whoa! That's an appearance. Nice. Well, I just demonstrated how to get a brand new appearance. That didn't take long at all because of how powerful my gun is now. But yeah. I guess at some point the autophage, possibly the autophage, specifically the autophage settlement, will get attacked by the Vile Brood. It's not like this planet has the Vile Brood that make an appearance. It doesn't. As you can see, the Vile Brood is not a thing that shows up on this planet. So the fact that it showed up to the settlement means that it specifically came here for a reason. It's like that planet has a brand new settlement that's going a little bit... That's benefiting from this overseer. Let's go mess it up. I'm like, go away. Squash that bug. The overseer will be aware of the settlement's public medical supplements and the effect the effect it has on citizen happiness. Following an instance of unintentional rapid disassembly, a significant refurbishment is now required. Oh no, my phone. Damn it. I forgot to turn on the... Dang it. I totally forgot to recharge my phone. And then on top of that, I forgot to turn the power on before I started the stream. To anyone who's wondering, my room in particular has a light switch that's connected to a power socket. I think that's for like people that enjoy having a lamp instead of having a ceiling light. But the light switch controls the that particular wall socket, and I have an extension cord hooked up to it that's connected to my phone. And the only way that my phone will receive power is if I turn that light switch on when I'm hooking my phone up to my whole microphone array that I have going on right now. So I forgot to charge the battery on my phone before getting started with the stream, but I was like, hey, that's okay. I could just hook up the power cable and it should be okay. But I forgot to flip on the switch. I don't know. I was in a rush to start the stream. I'm sorry. I was trying to get everything going before 5, but I was like 30 minutes late to starting the stream. But that's not unusual. I actually, these past 2 weeks, I've been starting the stream up even later than usual. So yeah, now my phone needs to recharge. I can't see the chat, but at least I could still hear the chat. Alright, what were we doing here? Oh, right. Public medical supplements and the effects it has on citizen happiness. Following an instance of unintentional rapid disassembly, a significant refurbishment is now required. To the medical supplements? Unintentional rapid disassembly? What does that mean? Oh, does that mean that the person that was receiving medical supplements unintentionally disassembled somebody? So these medical supplements are dangerous, I guess is what they're trying to say. Expedite live repairs, that means send somebody out to investigate, are shut down for refurbishment. That means just close it entirely. I don't know if it's causing problems like that, if it's making people, you know, basically kill other people accidentally. Maybe it would be best if we halted these medical supplements. I don't know. It says shut down for refurbishment. That means that it'll be shut down, but it'll be brought back up eventually. But expedite live repairs means that it'll keep going, but there will be an investigation launched into it, even though it's still going. So that means more people could potentially end up getting rapidly disassembled if I go with that option. And I don't like that idea. This place is already suffering with so much. It increases productivity, and that decreases productivity. That means that if I keep it going, then people will still be benefiting from the medical supplements. However, there's a possibility that there will still be accidents. Plus, I'll have to pay for the investigation. But if I shut it down entirely, we'll see a three times decrease in productivity. 3 times the decrease in productivity as a result, because people won't be getting the medical supplements that some of them might actually need. But I don't like the idea that it can mess with them to the point where they might unintentionally hurt others. I don't know. This is, for me, this is kind of having real world implications, because way back when certain medical prescriptions were coming out for Adderall and Ritalin, they were necessary for people that had certain mental instabilities. However, because they were being overly prescribed, people who did not have any medical disabilities, who were simply claiming to have medical disabilities, were taking these supplements. And allegedly, I'm not going to say, this was, because I think it's still an ongoing investigation, because these products are still relatively new to our society. But as a result, people were showing signs of mental fatigue, as well as a decrease in mood, and certain legal issues were popping up because of a result of these medical supplements, I should say. So there's a bit of a real world application to this. As far as what we did in real world, as far as what we did in our actual society, IRL, this is what we did. Because you're still capable of buying those drugs, and they're still being prescribed. And I know there have been more advancements to them as a result of this option. So I'm just going to go with what we did IRL, I mean, it's a bit sad that choosing this option means that people might get hurt, but I don't know. I just don't want to cut it off completely, because as someone that has seen the results of people just getting cut off from their medication immediately, I wouldn't want to go with that option, to be honest. What is it asking me to... What does that mean? Running smoothly. Why is it telling me that? This little icon here is like, hey, check this out. And so I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. And then I check it out, and I don't know, what do you want from me? Well, I'm happy we got it to a level B. I hate that we had to do that, but look at how much the productivity's gone up. It was at like 100,000 more than the maintenance cost before, but now it's like almost 20%. It's almost like 20,000 more per day. so that's cool. But you know, it still feels a little bit shitty that I had to that I had to do that, make that decision. I know it's an important decision, but it made me a little sad. All right, let's go to the space station. I kind of want to do some missions today. So when I come back, we'll do a couple missions. And my phone should be charged up enough to come back on at least 5%. Alright, let's head over here to the mission counter. What's up, dude? I'm gonna do some stuff today. I know it's been a while. Alrighty, everybody, I'll leave you all with some music and stuff, and I will be back in about 15-20 minutes, maybe even less time than that. So enjoy the music, and I'll see you when I come back.
All Creator. Hello everyone. I hope you're enjoying the music. If you're watching in the archives now would be a great time to leave a like. Hungry Paymon. All Creator. Hello everyone. I hope you're enjoying the music. If you're watching in the archives now would be a great time to leave a like. Hungry Paymon.
Alright, we're back. Oops. Still have Twitch going. There we go. Pull restream back. Pull restream back up. Oof. Alright, I have my burger here. Take a couple of bites. Hold up, let me mute. It's good. Alright. Just my microphone a bit. Coming back from break. Go. Alright. What do you have for me? Perfect vignette. Oh, you know something? Yeah, let's grab this. I'm going to have to take a picture for... Oh, I should do it in my new Corvette. Yeah. Gonna have to take a picture for the thumbnail anyway, so why not? Oh, look at that ship. Oh, I like the engine. Oh, it has a rusted design. Never mind. It took a little while to load in, but I just noticed the rust. I was like, nah. But yeah, I can showcase my new Corvette. Uh-oh. On the thumbnail. Whew. That's so cool to see. I don't like that you have to look straight up. But oh well. The little Artemis bobblehead. Okay, so where do they want me to take the photo? Take a photo of a land-dwelling creature. Oh, okay, so I have to take a picture of a specific creature. Do they want me to go to anywhere? Am I following it? I am. The client may require a specific type of creature. Alright, so I guess it could be any planet? Because I'm not seeing any indicator that it wants me to go to a specific place. Let's go to a nice peaceful planet. High sentinel activity. Star bulbs, beautiful planet. There we go. This will work. This is the one that I go to for my stuff. This one's peaceful, but it won't have any creatures on it. I think this is the one that has my settlement on it. Pretty sure we're in the yacht system. right? Yeah. I gotta... Oh, I can't rename it. I think this was discovered by someone else. Yeah. Inbuilt Nuke. Weird name. Yeah, this is the planet my settlement's on. Yeah, there it is, up in the corner. Yeah, I will agree this planet is pretty peaceful. We don't even have to open the hatch. We can just beam down to the planet. Let our ship float up there. It's perfect for that. That specific landing gear is 100% perfect for that. Alright, so it just wants a specific creature. Activate photo mode. Take a photo of a land-dwelling creature. If it wants a specific creature, it says that the analysis visor to identify potential creature locations. Yeah, it could be anything. Well, let's hurry up and get this done. You guys hold still. Let's move the sun. Come here, sun. I don't know where you're at, but we need your brightness. I just need creatures on my... I also want to... Oh, right. I'd have to really land it, though, wouldn't I? Dang storm. Alright, I guess we'll wait in here, and then we'll actually land the ship once the storm is over. Because, I can't get a good picture if there's a storm going on. I could use this time to eat my burger a bit. Oh, okay. Alright, let's land the ship. Actually land it this time. Over near there. That pod. I didn't even see it there before. Well, probably because it's nighttime. Alright, so one of the things that I want to do is get one of the creatures to come over to me. Because I want to get the ship into frame. I mean, of course, we're going to need creatures to be here. They're all kind of... That one's a little close. If I feed it, it will follow me. Is it underground? I think there's a cave here. Ah, crap, it's underground. It's... Oh, wait. Hi. Oh, hello there. Here you go. Alright, come on, follow me. You want more? Yeah, you want more. Come on, let's go. Pretend to be my friend. Yeah, he's still here. He's still dragging along. Right. God, he's ugly. Alright, first we're gonna need the sun to be in a better position. There we go. That's a good one. That's a keeper. And I got... There we go. Because he was in the picture with me. Guys, what did I name this one? Chuck, right? Alright, bye, Chuck. Never see you again. Hope I never see you again. Bye. Alright. Back to the space station. Don't get me wrong, I love gorillas. Song Hallelujah Money takes a while to get going, though. I get the message behind it, too. It's just... If it didn't take so long to get going, I think I'd like the song a lot more. I get it, though. It's a vibe. And in mission. Yeah. I guess the other reason why I don't like it so much is that it's just so much talking in it. It's like, is it a song? Teeming shores, catch 7 uncommon fish. I could do that, totally. Level 5 Corvax mission. Why? It doesn't seem that hard. Kill 3 sentinels. I could do that. Test their metal. Also gone fishing. Let's do some fishing, everybody. Oh. Oh, I need to increase my status with the Merchant Guild. Oh, here goes a merchant one. Hunt low-level pirates. Oh, how many? Well, let's go ahead and do this. I don't know why it's so low with the Merchant Guild. I've done a lot for the Gek. Oh well. Okay. This one's kind of the same thing, so let's grab this one too. I don't think... Yeah, pirates are not the same thing as sentinels, so... And I feel like I've built this ship specifically for this reason. So let's do it. Your first big combat. That could be what this guy is totally designed for. Pirate hunting. Alien hunting. I'm surprised nobody's done that before. You know, just have Samus Aran just randomly say alien hunting like Patrick Star. Alright, it's saying there are pirates around here somewhere. Ah, there we go. There goes one. Come here, you dirty, filthy pirate. Where is he? Oh, there you are. Hello. Here come my friends to help me out. Hey. Hey. Hey, come back here. How dare you. Was that it? Just those two? They're shooting at something. It's behind me. It's shooting at me. I missed. It's alright. I like to take down its shields with the photon cannon. That is such a... It's a short-range gun, but it's got a very low rate of success when making contact. Sorry. There we go. No you don't. Yeah. But when they're heading straight for you, that's when you can get them with it. Ah, come on, there's more? Oh, cool. They also drop pieces for your Corvette. That I didn't know. Awesome. Hey, hey, hey. This one's moving. This one's a mover. Yeah. Oops. Wrong one. Hold on. You know what? There. Make it go faster. Come on, come on. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to get a lock on. Hey, big mistake trying to fly towards me. Sweet! Did I get both of them? Or do I have to do the other one separate? Good job, you guys. Thanks for the backup. Okay, no, I have to do the other one separate. Oh no, it wants me to turn it in. So, yeah, did I get both of them done? Yeah. Alright, cool. That's why during that dogfight, it stopped for a minute and then picked up again. because it went from one group of pirates to another. So how many pieces did I get? Oh, they're probably on my starship. On the Corvette. I only got one piece. Aw. Well, it's better than nothing. It's really neat that you can collect pieces for your Corvette in a dogfight. I mean, I get why, because you're destroying another starship. But that was something I didn't think that they would add. That's cool. I like it. Another one of those. I don't know. It has to deal with cooking. This time it was Jingle Bells again. And I caught it just before the guy starts singing about lasagna. I don't know. I'm guessing it's for a certain company that sells baked goods, maybe. I don't know, but it's really driving me crazy. Every time I hear it, it upsets me. I'm like, he's trying so dang hard. I tend to dislike commercials in general, but at least be a little bit more creative with it. Multi-tool expansion slots, yes! Let's install that now. Can't wait. Anything that makes my gun stronger, I'm happy to have. 'Cause I love this new gun I have. It's like my favorite one that since I've been playing, I've been looking for the perfect multi-tool, and this thing is just so perfect. I love the way it looks. I love how powerful it is. It has so many slots. It makes me happy. To believe that one random event during that chill stream made my day. I got some milk. Just drank it straight off. Well, what happens if you refine storm crystals? You can refine those? I don't think I've ever tried that before. Yeah, nothing. I thought so. I was like, you can't refine those. That'd be like trying to refine a diamond. Not gonna get anything for it. Just a bunch of dust. This worthless dust. Diamond dust. I guess that's not worthless, but it's still like less than you would get for a whole diamond. My freighter is not parked anywhere in this system, so I can't. Oh well. Alright, what do we got next? Alright, kill the sentinels. And then we can go fishing. Merchants and mercenaries again. Again, hunt pirates? Gee. I'm gonna go with the sentinels. That shouldn't be any big deal. I can go invisible, get out of there after I kill 3 of them. Plus, with this new gun, when I was farming to get the pieces, the parts that I needed to make the pieces for this Corvette, super easy with my new gun. The Sentinels do not stand a chance. In fact, the only reason why I didn't It took less than like 20 minutes. It took less than 10 minutes to wipe out an entire 5-wave assault of sentinels. And the only reason why the walker survived is because it fell through the ground and got stuck. It didn't get stuck in a cave. It got stuck, I don't know where. But I couldn't dig down into it because I hit bedrock. I was like, oh, you lucky son of a bitch. You glitched into the center of the earth and now I can't kill you. Yeah, I guess since sentinels are everywhere, I could go to any planet. I was just thinking maybe they'd direct me to a certain planet. Let's see, what's this one? High sentinel activity? Alright, let's go there. No, that's a nice planet. I don't want to have to deal with the cold. Ew, poisonous planet. Ugh, again, frozen planet. My beautiful planet doesn't have any sentinels. Well, that was weird. I could have sworn I had a planet on here that was just like a moon that had sentinels on it. Yeah, airless moon. Well, it doesn't say it has sentinels, so. Icebound planet. Frozen planet. Poisonous planet. Bountiful planet. Yeah, I guess we'll go to one of the frozen planets. Better than dealing with the poison. Meh. I'll just go to the first one I see. Yeah. It's the icebound one. This is also the furthest away. Keep in mind that this is not your usual starship. This is a Corvette, and Corvettes are slower. If you're wondering, wow, that planet's really far away, it's not really that far away. It's just taking so long because Corvettes are slower than regular starships. And it makes sense because no matter what you do, a Corvette will always be bigger than a regular starship. So of course it's going to be slower. It's more drag. Oh, I'm gonna stretch. Oh, it's a pretty bald planet. Oh wait, what? Does this planet have a dissonance? Oh no, the trees are just purple. Let's see if we can find a building close by to land near. You know, so if worse comes to worse, I can find some cover. Yeah, there we go, that'll do. Also makes it easier to land. Alright, now keep in mind, on the planet's description, it stated that... Ooh, I'll take that. Can I? No. I gotta dig. That's okay. Just means there's more there. Now keep in mind, this planet's description said there is high sentinel activity. It did not say there is aggressive sentinel activity. So that means there are a lot of sentinels, but when you see high sentinel activity, that does not mean they're going to attack you on sight. If it says aggressive sentinel activity, it doesn't matter how many there are. If one of them sees you, they will immediately get pissed off. Okay, this is weird though. Because it said high sentinel activity, I thought I'd see a sentinel by now. Typically when it says that, it means that there's a good chance that you'll immediately run into one. It won't try to hurt you, but there'll be a lot of them, so you shouldn't have to travel too far. Whoa, look at all these fossils. Oh, and some creatures I have not scanned yet. Oh, fuck. Where'd they go? Oh. Oh well. I'm guessing these are the same ones. Ooh. Oh, never mind. No, I don't want that. I would want the yellow ones. Well, I guess they're not that far away, so might as well dig them up while I'm looking for the sentinels. Ooh, there are a bit of them here. That's good. You know something? I think that is a thing in No Man's Sky. Whoa. Oh, little guy, you got stuck. Sorry about that. I think on frozen planets, you'll have a higher chance of getting multiple fossils in one location on frozen planets. That's a sodium here. Sodium nitrite. I watched a bit of my very first live stream of No Man's Sky, and oh my god, I was so green way back then. The other thing I realized is there were so many elements that I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I remember they used to have that. There used to be a thing called zinc. The crystals that I just broke up, the flowers I just collected, they used to have zinc in them. I remember when they took zinc out of No Man's Sky, there was a meme going around for a while on the forums saying, you know, using the Simpsons reference, the video, A World Without Zinc. That was all over the place in the No Man's Sky community that day. When they took out a whole bunch of the elements, zinc was one of them. And the No Man's Sky community was like, I don't want to live in a world without zinc. It made me laugh so hard when I saw that. I was like, oh yeah. No Man's Sky got rid of zinc. Such a tragic loss. Zinc can be used to make so many things. Look at those. What the fuck? Crazy. What is this thing? I've got to look at it better. What the fuck? I don't know. It's kind of cute, but at the same time, really creepy. It's like a floating cabbage creature. What do you drop? Milk? Alright. Cabbage milk. I don't doubt that. I bet if you squeeze a cabbage hard enough, it'll produce milk. But yeah, these flowers used to contain zinc. I can't believe I still haven't seen a sentinel. Come on, it said high sentinel activity. Where are the damn sentinels? I'm sure they wouldn't be happy about me stealing all this sodium. Giant ice cube. The further away from my ship I go, I mean, I don't want to immediately take off in my ship because that'll cause interceptors to show up and those are annoying. But, you know, still, I want to be able to get back to my ship pretty fast. What? Why the hell are there? It's saying they're Flora, generous, copious, sentinels, regular patrols. It says regular patrols here. Over here it says something different. High sentinel activity. Yeah. Where are they? Typically when it says that, it means you'll encounter at least one as soon as you land, but I haven't seen any. This sucks. I came here for the sentinels, and I'm not seeing any sentinels. Oh, man. I came here to kick butt and chew bubblegum. I'm all out of bubblegum. Give me a butt to kick. Come on. The reason why it's giving you so much sodium on this planet is because it's used to charge your frost shields. Your shields in general, just keep that in mind. If you need something to recharge your shielding of any kind, that's what sodium's for. I mean, yeah, ion batteries do that too. But to make an ion battery, you're going to require you to have some sodium. So, look at that. Some sodium nitrate. Big old chunk of it. Come on, Sentinels. You gotta be mad about this. Huge chunk of sodium nitrate like that? And you're not mad at me for taking it? Oh, that's my life support. That's not the same thing. There it is. Something got damaged? Yeah. My life support's damaged. I didn't even realize that. When did that... Oh, it must have happened when I was fighting those sentinels yesterday to get the ship parts. Wow. I didn't even realize that it happened. I have so much shielding and so many life support upgrades that even though I lost... Even though my life support was literally damaged, it did not matter. Now, why is that? Because this is the very thing that my life support is connected to, so you would think it breaking would cause my life support to go down even faster, but I have so many power-ups that I guess it didn't really matter. Damn. See, this is why every time I start a new expedition and I don't have all the power-ups that I have on this main save, that's why you'll see me struggling in some instances, because I tend to forget that I'm not as strong. I do mention it, obviously. No reason why I shouldn't. But it's like, I feel as though sometimes I just gloss over that fact. especially with my boosters. Look at how long I could stay in the air, as opposed to what I could do with Port Exo, where I can barely jump over my Corvette sometimes. I still can't believe I haven't seen a single Sentinel. Wait a minute. No. Damn it. I thought that was a Sentinel symbol. I don't know why it would have been blue. I was just, you know, holding on to hope that I was going to see one. I was like, is that one? Is that a Sentinel? And yes, I'm ignoring the oxygen because I've maxed out on oxygen. I'm totally fine. Exosuit, you don't have to tell me. Love me some sodium, though. I will always pick that up. I wish I could call it zinc again. I kind of miss zinc. Now that I've seen it again, I was like, oh yeah, they had zinc in the game. Oh no. Okay, the plant missed me. I love how it's like, it's super cold on this planet, and I'm just like, oh really? I don't know, I feel fine. When they introduced that plant, I was pretty happy about that. I mean, I don't like the evil plants. They are annoying, don't get me wrong. But it's nice to see new ones added every now and then, because it's like, you see the same ones over and over, it gets tiresome. Bulbous ones, snapping ones, the vine ones, repeated over and over. So I'm glad they gave us something different, something new. Those are just coordinates I don't need. I do not need those. I have way too much. All on my freighter, but still. I cannot believe this. I'm finding everything else, including things I've never seen before. Like this huge thing. Look at that. That actually looks pretty cool. It's filled with carbon and pure ferrite. Part of me is half tempted to fight one of those golem things, you know, at this point. Because at least then I'll be fighting something. Wait a minute, did I accidentally? No, I did not. Okay. It was saying my shield levels are stabilizing, that's what it was saying. I thought it was saying that the ancient thing up there became unstable. I was like, wait, what? Like, I didn't realize they were that sensitive. I realized if you pick it up, bad things happen. Or if you destroy the ground underneath of it, bad things happen. But, I did not think that it would be that sensitive to where it responds even to me burrowing underneath of it. You know, with me running around on this planet like this, I'm just like, what was I doing again? And then I realized, right, I'm looking for sentinels. Because that's not something that I typically do when I'm playing this game. Instead, it feels more like I'm trying to find fossils, but I'm not. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just wandering around hoping I'll run into a sentinel. Because you can't really predict where they're going to show up. There goes one! Just as I say that. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I hear it floating. There you are. Just as a storm wants to show up. Great. Hi, you. God, look, I barely shot it with a single bullet. Almost completely destroyed it. Hi. And there we go. All done. You see how fast that was? Not anymore. I'm out of here. Oh fuck, they appeared like right next to me. They're going back to where I was. Ah, fuck. The storm. Here we go. I guess I ran fast enough. Wow, I didn't even think I was that, you know. That's awesome. I can run so fast, I can outrun the Sentinels detection units. And now I'm seeing Sentinels. I've been running for so long. Wait, where am I parked again? Shit. Now, there are some of you out there that are like, Jason, you can improve your visibility by lowering the blah, blah, blah. I know. But I like the challenge that comes from the status. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about in a minute. But there's a way to prevent the screen from getting as blurry as it's getting right now during things like storms or if you're getting too cold, you know. But I feel like that decreases the challenge when you do that, you know, because the visibility becomes better. And I get why some people want that, you know, because for some people, looking at a television screen is already pretty difficult. But I like the challenge that comes from this because it feels real, you know? If I was in first person mode, if I was wearing a helmet, this is how things would look. And while I'm in third person, because, you know, I enjoy, like, being able to... Whoa, shit, there's storms during frost? Okay, well, that's not uncommon in real life either. I know during some snowstorms we've had when I lived up in Maryland, there was thunder and lightning to go along with it. But dang, that spooked me. I like how I was flying by and I just decided to pluck that up. I'm like, hello little flower, I will pluck you. But yeah, you guys saw how powerful my gun is now. And it's not even at an S class. Imagine how easy it's going to be to destroy Sentinels with this. Once I'm able to get enough nanites to boost it up one more grade. Like one bullet completely eliminated that Scout Sentinel. I'm gonna just randomly fire and they'll be eliminated immediately. I would have loved to have tested this thing out on a walker yesterday, but the fact that it fell through the ground really pissed me off. I was like, you son of a... I wanted to see how fast I could eliminate your ass, and nope. Sadly, it was not meant to be. Yeah, and now they're showing up like crazy. It took me a while to find them. And now that I have already found them, they want to keep showing up. I wonder if it's because it was on the mission. Maybe that was intentional. Maybe they intentionally made it difficult for me to find sentinels while I was on that mission. Oh well. Mission accomplished. And then the last thing we're going to be doing is fishing. No, I don't care. I think that's a part for a living ship. But I could care less. My living ships are already, all of their parts are at S rank, so there'd be no reason to stop and grab that. I mean, I guess I could sell it, but it won't sell for that much. I mean, for me, it wouldn't be much, you know? I could probably get more nanites by fishing. I'm glad Inesba stopped by. It was very good seeing her again. You know, I keep saying her, but no, I think they are female. I'm pretty sure they said that. My question now is, where am I gonna go to fish? I don't think I can... Oh, yeah, that's right. I can fish at, the settlement. Plus, I don't really think I've fished at the settlement now that I've unlocked it, and it's an S rank. So, let's see what we can catch there with some regular bait. I know that it's at an S rank, fishing spot in your settlement. It's a lot easier to catch S rank fish, so maybe I won't need to get super special bait in order to catch uncommon fish. Oh man, I still can't grab that? Darn. Yeah. Well, dang. Oh, well. Revenge of the Paw. Hostile confrontation. Hidden results. Oh, scan flora. How much? Oh well, I'll find that out when I go through the missions next time. For now, just gonna catch 7 uncommon fish. You know what? I don't even have to get in my Corvette. I could just warp to there from the station. Heart. Oh, wait. That's right. This location doesn't have a fishing spot, does it? Whoops. Gotta go to my other... Okay. I think that's the one thing that is strange to me, is that I haven't been asked to build a new building in my autophage settlement yet. I don't know what's going to be required for me to do that. I've been doing stuff for citizens this whole time, but not one of them has suggested a new building like how they did with my first settlement. Back when the settlement update first dropped and I started up my settlement, like every day people were asking me for a new building. They weren't asking me to upgrade any of them. They were just asking me for brand new buildings. That's why I have so many of the same building, you know? Until eventually they just stopped asking. And I guess that's when I reached the max amount of buildings that I can have on this settlement. So I don't really know what I'm going to have to do to get the autophage to ask for a brand new building. But you know, let's hope they eventually ask. I don't, no clue. Alright, swap to my staff. I already have some bait in there. There we go. Alright, let's do some fishing. Gotta catch 7 uncommon. And I hope you all don't mind. I'm going to mute because I'm going to enjoy my burger while I'm fishing. Perfect. Just finished my burger. Didn't have too many bites left. But yeah, as you can see, the S rank fishing spot is yielding nothing under a Class A. Which is awesome, because that means we'll be getting more S-class fish, more A-class fish, and both of them together equal up to some pretty decent amount of units. When I get back to my base, I will throw them back to get the nanites. I said units, I meant nanites. Pretty decent amount of nanites. Alright, let's head back to the Yacht Club system. I know it's not called the Yacht Club system, but that's what I call it. Because this was where I was first getting my frigates. When I first started getting frigates. Because there are so many freighters that end up well, way back when I was first in this system was the one that had the most freighters that I'd seen. In any other system. Alright, turn this in. My last mission of the day. And we get a frigate module. Salvaged frigate module. Awesome. Which will be good for doing stuff on my freighter. I think that allows me to unlock a new piece to decorate my freighter with. Let's go to my freighter and find out.
Deck 0Y201.
Yo, Decoy!
Deck 0Y201.
It's good to see you, Decoy.
Go to the room.
You made it just in time. I'm about to wrap things up, but I'm glad to see that you made it. Oh, I gotta show you my newest Corvette.
0Y201. Likes wise. Just got out of work sadly.
Oh, well, no, that's... Actually, that's a good thing. You just got out of work. Now you can relax. I'm glad you were able to make it. But yeah, after I stopped the stream yesterday, I decided to play a little No Man's Sky, you know, just for fun. And I made a new Corvette with all of the pieces that I got from this expedition. And I'll show it to you in a minute.
201. Oh nice. I did bot mention I have played a lot of No Man's Sky.
Oh,
Deck
did you?
0Y201.
I totally forgot. I just assumed because, I mean, you seem like you play a lot of games from the experience that I got from talking with you yesterday.
0Y201. I missed the last few expeditions though. Deck
Oh,
0Y201.
well, you'll have the chance to go through them. They're doing the rerun of all the expeditions right now. They're starting with the Beachhead expedition, and after that, we're going to be getting all of the expeditions that happened this year. So if you missed out on any of them, now's your chance. Well, not right now, but pretty soon you'll be able to try again. You only have 2 weeks to get them done, but I feel like that's a good enough amount of time. Base parts and upgrades. Yep. Alright, so what will we pick this time? Biological room, double cultivation, nutrition. This is the natural room expansion. That's just to make a room larger. Same with this. It's just two different designs.
Deck 0Y201. The yearly wrap-up is what I was banking on LUL.
Yeah, it's a really good time to just have everything done and over with in 2 weeks, or in 2 months. Because I think it goes on until from the middle of December. Sometimes it runs over into January if there have been enough expeditions, so yeah, you got plenty of time. I mean, not per expedition. Each expedition's going to be available for only 2 weeks. Alright, cool. And we're pretty close to getting all of the freighter parts unlocked. So that was great that I was able to do that. Now let's go turn in those fish, get more nanites to put towards my multi-tool upgrade. Oh, right, the portal's up on the 2nd floor. Oop. Creator's Vacation Hut. Now, I know this is your first time seeing me play No Man's Sky, but my base, I worked on it for the past 2 weekends, and it's way different than it used to look. And I'm pretty proud with everything that I've done with it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm in the ground. Oh, this is the wrong base. This is my very first base. I'm not proud of this one. This one's kind of glitched out because of an update that they did. There it is. 2023. This is the one. I think my Corvette's going to be in the way as soon as I show up to my base, because I think that's what I was traveling in. So when I show up here, you're going to partially see my Corvette. There it is. It's in the way. I'm stuck. Okay. Alright, let me go summon it to a different area so you can see it better. But yeah, wait until you see it. I'm really proud of it. I was working on it yesterday after I got done the stream. I had a couple hours before I had to get to bed, so.
There you go. I was playing on Switch Lite. Doesn't take long for the game to crash around a heavily populated base. But I have the Switch spaceship, so I gave that going for me. Deck 0Y201.
Oh, okay. That explains it. But yeah, this is my new Corvette. I call it
the Switch spaceship, so I gave that going for me.
the Adamantoise, because it looks like a big old spiky turtle. Super happy with it. I love all of the new Atlas pieces that we get during the most recent expedition. So if anything, at the very end of this Redux that they're doing right now, definitely do the Breached expedition. You get all of these pieces for doing the Breached expedition. And these are pieces that you can make as long as you have... they're not ones that you have to find, like underground or anything. Once you unlock them through the expedition, you can make them as many times as you want to. All you need are the parts. And the only things that you need to make them are living glass, really. That's it. So just kill a couple of sentinels, get some living glass. And those are the parts that you need.
Made one yet, but I got some parts from scavenging derelict freighters. Deck 0Y201.
Yeah,
I
I
like the
found
short
that out
setup
too.
on
At the
page 1
very
where
end,
lots
you
of
can
bugs from
get
scavenging
parts
derelict freighters.
from the derelict freighters by going onto the computer and asking for an item. I'd never realized that. I mean, because the Corvette update is still kind of new. So when I did the derelict freighter in the most recent expedition, I stated that you can only get 2 items from a derelict freighter on the computer at the very end. And I said you could get an upgrade for your ship or a freight, or not an upgrade for your ship, an upgrade for your freighter or a bulk upgrade for your freighter. And both of those things are great when you're first starting out, but after a while, eventually you should just go with the nanites because once you get maxed out, they become useless. But I didn't realize that you can also get Corvette pieces when you ask for an item, and if I'd have known that, I would have done that. But yeah. One of the other things that I like about what I did with this Corvette is that the guns kind of clip into the Corvette through the glass window, but I did this to where it looks like people can man them, you know, and control the guns. I mean, they can't sit down in these chairs, but these chairs are just perfect for that. I hate that some chairs you can't sit in No Man's Sky, but I mean, what can you do about that? You know? But yeah, I love that ship. It's great. I want to increase its strength, give it some class upgrades. Super expensive though, gonna require some nanites. But yeah. Alright, let's release these fish and get the nanites. Now, speaking of nanites, I don't really care too much about the glass man-o-war. I already have one in my collection.
Deck 0Y201.
So I'll just release that too.
So you have a giant flying turtle? Ever heard of Gamera?
Oh yeah, I know about Gamera. But he's, you know what? Yeah, he's in some iterations he's black also, isn't he? I named him Adamantoise because a lot of the iterations of Adamantoise in Final Fantasy, he's black or dark gray. The very first iterations, he was a dark green. But yeah, he's like a giant snapping turtle. Giant black gray snapping turtle in most of the Final Fantasy games. So that's why I thought about Adamantoise instead of Gamera. Originally, I was trying to make a spider, but the more I was working on it, the more that top part resembled a shell, and I was like, you know what? It looks more like a turtle. So that's what I went with instead. Alright, let's release this and hope that the Deep Sea Guardian doesn't show up. I don't know exactly what triggers it, but it's typically when you release jellyfish. Yeah, it definitely does. Alright, let's hope. Okay, nothing. Nothing's showing up. Good. Was worried for a second there. I'm not entirely sure what triggers the Deep Sea Guardian to show up. I just know I released a jellyfish one time, and then that's what made it show up. So every time I have to release a jellyfish, I hold my breath. I'm like, please don't show up. Not that I'm under-equipped or anything. I could totally eliminate it, no problem, but I don't want to fight anything right now. Yes, definitely. When that comes out, I'm gonna 100% get it. A little sad that it didn't come out this year. A couple of the games I was anticipating aren't going to be coming out this year. I was expecting Light No Fire. Nope, no announcement trailer or nothing. So that's not coming out this year. I was also expecting Grand Theft Auto 6. And nope, that's not going to be till next year also. So Yep, gonna have to be patient. That's fine. I'm expecting good things for 2016 or 2026, so.
Deck 0Y201. Ditto, I believe light no fire will be the reason I get a new console. Deck 0Y201.
Really? Alright. That's
believe
cool.
Light no fire will be the reason I get a new console.
Getting a brand new console to go along with a game. That's dedication. Hey, where's the cream at? Has to be in one of these. I know I have it. Oh, I know where it is. It's in my ingredients storage. I don't know why I thought it was going to be on my freighter. I've got all these fossils. Maybe I should... Nah. I'm just going to put them in my freighter with all the other ones. I was not expecting to be doing a fossil hunt today, but it took a while for me to find those sentinels. I don't know why. I was on a high sentinel activity planet. It was like high sentinel activity, and I'm like, yeah, well, I don't see any. Took me a minute to find them. I guess it's good to have some fossils so that when I do want to go back to
Deck 0Y201.
creating...
Planetary holiday. Deck 0Y201.
Yeah. they were on holiday. They're just like, we don't want to fight. It's funny though, because as soon as I found one, killed it, got rid of the other two for the mission, I just kept bumping into them after that. I was like, why? You guys were nowhere before, but now you're everywhere. What happened? What caused you to show up? I was looking for you. I'm maxed out on oxygen, so I'm just going to convert this into carbon. Oh yeah, I got a couple of salvage data. I can go get some... I should head back to the space station anyway. I have to... sell some stuff. So, you know what? No, not the space station. I mean the space anomaly. I don't have to... Wait, do I have to sell? Oh no, I gotta put this in my freighter. That's why I was holding on to it.
Famine when you need it, feast when you don't.
Exactly. But I do need to go back to the space station. I need to put this in with the rest of my Corvette parts. Damn it.
Feast when you don't.
We can at least stow away this cream. There we go. Oh, I gotta sit up. Okay, adjust my microphone. There we go. I just finished off a burger too, so I'm plenty full. Once I get this done, I'm gonna sleep easy today, that's for sure. Had a very productive day too. I got a couple of things done around the house also. Ah, I'm all out of launch fuel, of course. Alright, space anomaly, space station, and then home.
I missed the loss of the cantina room when they updated the space stations. Deck 0Y201.
Oh yeah. It was... I did kind of like the way that the space stations used to look on the inside. I realized the outside of the space stations needed an overhaul. That I could understand, but when they changed the inside, I was like, I don't know. I kind of liked the way they used to look. It was more memorable. You could remember where everything was. Sometimes I get lost in the current ones because I forget if something's on the top floor or the bottom floor. Whoa, that guy up there is kind of having a time. Whee! It's like he's on top of my ship. I know he's in another Corvette landing in the same spot, but it's it's funny when you see stuff like that.
I do too.
I do like the new space stations, though. They are interesting. But it would be neat if some of the space stations look like the old ones. I don't know how they would go about doing that, though, because of the new Corvette stations and all of the new additions. I'm sure they could do it, though, if they wanted to. That way, when you're going into a space station, you don't know if it's going to be the classic design or the new design. I mean, classic design would mean that it's going to be one of the space stations from the very first iteration. But we can still see those, at least. The first iterations through an abandoned space station. I don't know. You know, they could do that too. For an update, they could make it to where when you go into a space station, I mean, keep all of the abandoned space stations, obviously, but make it to where there are classic designs, the mid designs, and the more current designs. That way you have like 3 different types of space stations that you could go to. And you wouldn't know exactly what they'd look like on the inside before you get into them, you know? You'd be like, alright, what kind of space station is this? Oh, it's the Cantina one. Or, oh, it's the classic. Or, oh, it's the new. It's the new version, new variety. They may even want to theme it towards certain things. I mean, there are multiple races in No Man's Sky, but there are 3 that are known as the primary races: the Gek, the Korvax, and the Vakeen. So they might want to gear it towards that, you know? If you want to make it lore related, they could do that. They could have the classic, the first iterations be for the Vakeen. Yeah, I think that's what I'm getting at. The first iteration could be for like the Vakeen because they're a simplistic design that focuses more on exactly what you need to do or where you need to go. The second iteration of the space stations were more designed for Gek because they were more tailored towards trading, you know, because there were like different stalls that kind of looked like sales stalls and stuff like that, and all of the rest stops were like in back rooms that you had to kind of search for in order to see. And the current iteration of space stations seem very tech focused, so they could be like for the Korvax. They have the giant robot in the background. They got all of the little areas that have server modems and storage space and things like that. I realize that the current iterations do change their design based on the race already, but you know, just throw those classic ones in there for a bit more of that variety that we tend to look for in No Man's Sky. If that happens in a future update, I'd welcome it. I'm not going to say it is going to happen. I'm just saying if they wanted to, they could. Okay, so let's go ahead and spend these. Ooh, excuse me. Got nothing but autophage roofs to unlock now. Not that exciting, but if I do want to build like a little autophage village on my base, they will be necessary. Alright, let's head on back to
Deck 0Y201. Viking gonna want to hit a bar more before that's forget for sure. Deck 0Y201.
Oh yeah.
Viking gonna want to hit a bar more the Corvax forget for sure.
So yeah, giving them the bigger cantina would probably be the kind of space station you'd expect for the Bakine. And the fact that you need the Atlas Pass to get through those rooms, that could play into it as well. I mean, in the modern space stations, they don't have anything like that. The classics, they do. The first and second iterations of the space stations. They got the Atlas-only rooms. Alright, now we go to the space station. Put away that Corvette piece.
Deck 0Y201. Yeah, I missed that too. Needed the Atlas PA bit when they did that. Deck 0Y201.
Yeah, it was a nice idea.
Needed the Atlas PA bit when they did that. Deck 0Y201.
It was very beneficial to newcomers to the game. I'm sure that it made no sense to some people because if you already have all of the Atlas passes, you probably wouldn't need the stuff that's offered in those rooms. But I mean, hey, I guess it's cool. It makes you feel special in some way. But yeah, all of these more current space stations have this giant robot in the back. I mean, all of the space stations have the giant robot eye in the background, but this one's more functional, more like it's a robot and less like an eye, you know? It looks more like a head than an eyeball. And if it was a giant Corvax head, I'd just be like, yeah, I believe that. I could see that being a giant Corvax head. So if they gave them these space stations specifically, I would understand. Oh, right. I was like, now why am I here? Just to jump around, I guess. Sorry, it's getting late. I'm getting a little tired. How many nanites do I have? Maybe I can upgrade. No, I don't have enough. Definitely don't have enough. That's right, I spent it on a pet slot. I forgot I spent a lot of my nanites on a brand new pet slot for that new pet that they gave us at the end of the one expedition. The Corvette expedition, the Voyager's expedition.
Deck 0Y201. All good. Deck 0Y201. All good.
Alright, was that it? Yep. Inventory's back down to where it was before. Let's head on home. Let's see here. There it is. Let's see if I can stick this landing again.
Deck 0Y201. You have a good evening and we'll see you next time. Gonna go grab some grub. Poutine wasn't enough. Deck
Oh yeah, definitely should grab something to eat.
Good evening and you'll see you next time.
I think I messed up the landing.
Poutine wasn't enough.
Yeah, not quite. Didn't quite make it. Still floating. It's because it's somewhere else. There we go. Yeah, that works. I like that. That's our big boy, Adamantoise. Welcome to the crew. Nice. There we go. I like ending in a starship because if you try to pick the game back up with the Corvette's gonna spawn on top of you because it doesn't really have a place to stay. If that's your default starship, when you start your game back up, it's gonna spawn on top of you wherever you save. If you're not inside of it, if you don't save inside of it. Like when I start this save data back up, if I had gotten out of my Corvette, if that was the last ship that I piloted, I save here. And when I start this save back up, it would have been right on top of me, or, you know, somewhere around over there, on top of other stuff. It's very awkward. But they don't have landing pads for Corvettes yet. Alright, let's all head on back to the title screen. Alright, that does it for another day of All Creator Live. Thank you so much to Decoy and to Anesba for stopping by. It's great seeing both of you. I'm happy you enjoy No Man's Sky as well. And good luck on all your future travels in the game. Or in any game, really. To anyone watching in the archives, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and share the video. If you're ever wondering what it is I'm going to be streaming or when it is I'm going to be streaming, you can always check the posts tab over on YouTube. I like to keep it up to date with what it is I'm doing. And every weekend we have a weekend poll to decide what it is I'm going to be doing next on this channel. If you want to participate in the poll, make sure you are subscribed. Alright, this upcoming Monday, the next Monday past the weekend, I mean to say. This Monday I'm going to be playing more Genshin Impact. And it's going to be a chill stream because there's really nothing left to do. I've already done the Archon quests, so I might do some challenges. I might explore the new areas. I may even go back to Natlan and train Movuika a bit. So if you're looking forward to more No Man's Sky, make sure you tune in on Monday. But as far as Friday, Saturday, and Sunday goes, I do not stream on the weekends. I work nights on the weekends, so I'm unable to play because I have to sleep most of the day in order to stay awake all night and work on what it is I need to work on. But don't worry, I give you guys something to do. The weekend poll is specifically designed to entertain those people on the weekend when I'm not able to stream. So yeah, you'll have a great day and or night, and I will see you Monday. Sleep easy, stay safe, and goodbye for now. See you Monday.